Every now and then, a piece of media comes around that genuinely challenges your perspective on what you found enjoyable or entertaining, something that serves as a time marker, as a paradigm-shifting moment in your life that you can always look back on. Expedition 33 is the definition of this for me. Spoiler alert, there will be more glaze in this video than every Krispy Kreme combined. So strap in. From the moment this game begins, it lets you know what kind of ride you're in for. I cannot remember the last time I played a game that has brought me to tears as quickly as this. The opening to this game is a literal heartbreak speed run.
I'm crying on camera. So stupid.
That was me like 5 minutes in, by the way. So yeah, regardless, from that point on, I knew I was in for the journey of a lifetime. An absolute expedition, if you will. At my big age, I have never once played a turn-based combat game. My little monkey brain just doesn't find it stimulating enough, I guess. But after seeing all of the praise that this game was being absolutely showered with, and after being burnt out by getting my dopamine and adrenaline levels absolutely farmed by games like Apex Legends, Marvel Rivals, what have you, I decided to give it a shot. Spoiler alert, one of the better decisions I've made in my lifetime. And I mean, this is not your normal turn-based combat game. The way they kept it engaging by implementing the QuickTime events is nothing short of genius. And I know QuickTime events are nothing new or anything like that, but something about it in this game is very refreshing. I don't know if they invented this method or what, but my God, did they perfect it here. Getting those parries down perfectly and seeing all three members of your A team absolutely styling on your enemies fills me with determination. And it leads to some funny moments too. Sometimes there will be a literal planet flying towards you and Mayel will be like, "Parry it!" It's amazing. The game also introduces a new mechanic they call Pictos and Lumina. So with Pictos, you can apply 3 to each character, and after you win a few battles with that Pictos on, it becomes a Lumina, which you can then assign to your character with Lumina points, on top of the Pictos that you have equipped already. So yeah, you can see what I'm getting at here. This shit is broken. When I first started playing the game, I got so hyped when I saw my damage was above like 5,000. Imagine my shock and awe when I got on YouTube and saw that people were putting out damage numbers in the millions. And that's when I knew that this system runs incredibly deep. I felt like a kid in a candy store. The builds you can create with this system are genuinely insane. Like, the possibilities are endless. You can literally cheese it all the way to killing the game's hardest bosses in one hit, like Simon, for example. Imagine dedicating your entire life to defeat an omniscient, all-powerful being that has sealed you away forever, just to be one-shot by a 16-year-old girl with paintbrush hair. Stendhal enjoyers rise up. It's crazy, but the beauty of it is that it allows you to play the game in so many different ways, with each character complementing one another. You can even kill your own party members to victory. Each character in this game has such a unique set of traits and backstories that not only makes them complex, but also makes the interplay between them truly interesting and so much fun to explore. Some of the characters have fun exploring each other too. Besides that, some of the bonds between them are genuinely heartwarming, like the brother and sister dynamic between Gustav and Mayel. I think it's so beautiful how Gustav kind of took her under his wing and did his best to give her a sense of somewhere that's home. She's only 16, so having a safe space like that is pivotal in the early years to adjust into a normal and functioning human adult. And goddamn, does it make his death that much more heartbreaking. Then Gustav is replaced with Gustav, but not Gustav, and honestly, it was pretty jarring at first. I was waiting for the bait and switch moment where Gustav comes back and this new strange man kind of fucks off or whatever, but I slowly started to realize that wasn't happening. However, they did such a good job of making him likable, but his motivations mysterious enough to keep you interested. Verso actually turns out to play a much larger role in the story than we would have ever guessed, and plays a pivotal role in the ending of the story, depending on which ending you choose. Then you have Ciel, who seems to be damaged beyond repair due to the loss of her husband and child. However, her trauma makes her the more open-minded and understanding one of the group, who seems to have an easier time understanding the motivations behind some of the other party members' more controversial choices. Then Lune, whose parents made their best effort to mold her into someone who they thought would be fitting to carry on their legacy. Her parents only really cared about having someone to pass the metaphorical torch to, and their total lack of empathy for her being her own person with her own hopes and dreams truly pisses me the fuck off. Regardless, while living with constant pressure to be great, a part of it somehow still manifests as a beautiful sense of curiosity to learn and understand her world, which I can actually very much relate to. I'm kind of realizing as I make this video that I can see a bit of myself in each of these characters, and maybe that was intentional by the devs. Then you have Minoko, who honestly, I didn't quite explore as much as I would like to on my first playthrough. There was just so much else going on with the narrative that I was just completely locked in on completing it. However, the dynamic between him and Verso is fucking awesome, as it ranges from playful banter to navigating incredibly complex and difficult emotional territory that plays a key part in determining the fate of the entire expedition. Their dynamic is already everything you would want in a best friend, and then I learned that Minoko is a characterization of Verso's dog outside of the painted world, and that's why he's his best friend, and oh my god, am I crying again. All of this culminates into an incredibly interesting group dynamic that is so much fun to explore. I would love to dive deeper into the character dynamics, so if you'd like to see a video like that, let me know in the comments. And the soundtrack, oh my god, the soundtrack. First of all, the soundtrack was mainly done by one guy that the devs discovered on SoundCloud, and it ranges from haunting piano ballads to heartbreaking orchestral compositions to shit that literally had me getting out of my chair and dance because I could not help it. And each song is carefully crafted to match the vibe of whatever boss you're currently fighting or the area you're in. It reminds me back in the days playing Halo, when the music would always come in at the perfect time to motivate you to go absolutely Rambo mode on whoever you're going against. That's a top tier gaming memory for me. This game gives me hope that AI will not replace human creativity and originality for a very long time. Speaking of AI, apparently all of us are missing out because I at least haven't played Expeditions 1 through 32 yet. I will die on this hill, or be unpainted if you will, that there isn't a true correct ending to choose, because somehow they found a way to strike a perfect moral middle ground where each choice has real consequences, and oh my god, it will rip your heart out either way. You say that Verso's ending is the correct one because the painted world isn't real. Well, define real. The people in the painted world have lived entire lives, like from birth. Imagine living your entire life, going through all of the beauty and the struggles that life throws at you along the way, just for someone to come along and make the decision for you to disappear because you're not real. The fuck? I really need you to define real at that point. And for Mael's spooky ass ending, that last scene made my skin crawl. The choice she made for Verso to stay alive completely against his will.
I don't want this life.
Stop saying that.
I don't want this life.
Ugh. His total misery with his situation is palpable when he goes to play the piano. He's been forced to live a life that he so deeply did not want, knowing how it's affecting his family on the outside every day. All he truly wanted was to reunite them and help them move on. The soul of Verso himself said he did not want to paint anymore. But Gustav and Sophie though, oh my god. I'd be lying if I said one of my motives for choosing Mael's ending wasn't to try and reunite them. And I'd also be lying if I said I didn't cry when I saw them on screen. God damn it, I love when art makes me feel something. But anyways, this game revealed to me quite a few things about myself. It begs the question, do you make decisions based off of logic or emotion? Verso's ending would be the more logical one, and Mael, being 16 years old, doesn't really use logic that much, and obviously neither do I, as much as I thought I did anyways, because I chose Mael's ending faster than, I just wrote insert simile here, I don't have a simile. All in all, I'm truly grateful that I have been given the opportunity to exist at the same time as Expedition 33. A heartbreaking but beautiful and profound statement on grief and the human experience that really has hit home for so many, myself included. This is really personal, but after experiencing the death of my best friend, someone who I thought would be in my life forever, that was tragically taken away unexpectedly, I would literally do anything to be able to spend more time with him again. Sometimes in my dreams, I would see him and I would wake up and realize that it wasn't real, and I would be heartbroken all over again. I would 1000% spend more time in that world if I could. So in that sense, I completely understand Eileen and Mael. Grief is a quiet desperation. However, the way it affects ourselves and those around us is sometimes very loud and apparent. If you've made it this far, Just know how much I truly appreciate you sticking and hearing me yap relentlessly about this game. It has reignited a passion for gaming for me, and again, I could not be more grateful to have experienced it. If you would like to see more videos like this, please comment and subscribe, because when you do, the YouTube gods bless me with a crumb of exposure that could potentially put me in front of more passionate gamers. You could say it would make me feel very wee. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you in the next one. Davin is with it, don't you forget it.